Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be going through all the stuff that I was able to empty during the month of March. So I apologize if I sound a little nasally and a little bit less energetic than usual. I'm not saying much, but still. It's real early in the morning for me at least. I don't like being up this early. But I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I was about to say 4, but I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning. My dog was barking and at nothing, literally nothing. So that was great. But I love him to pieces. Man, that dog. But I'm up now, so I figured I'd just go ahead and do at least my empties video for the whole month of March, and then I have a wax melt haul, a Bath and Body Works haul, and then a few things that aren't here yet but are coming up that I'll be hauling as well. So I'll go ahead and maybe talk about that a little bit more at the end of the video. So I'll go ahead and start with my candle empties this month. So the first one I finished doesn't have a label or anything on it. I went ahead and took it all off. This was mulled cider from Mainstays, the 11.5 ounce version. Well, comes with a little acrylic lid. Not a big fan of that, but this candle burned all the way down to the bottom. And honestly, I mean, if these two wicks didn't go out, this one stayed lit the whole time. I just had to blow it out eventually. But if these two wicks over here didn't go out, I could probably have another full burn out of this and then get it lower. But I'm still going to put it in my candle crock, use the last little bit of it. It was a great throw. Again, 6.5, 7 out of 10 for the whole way down. It's a lot stronger for the first half of the candle, in which I would even potentially give it an 8 out of 10 in terms of strength and both strength and throw. But once it gets to about right here, just below the 50% mark, it starts really getting low, closer to 7. And by the time you get here, it's honestly closer to about a 5. So it does get a lot lower once you burn through the candle, which is, fairly normal. But I will say it does leave quite a bit of residue, as most of them do. I mean, the amount of soot is actually quite minimum. I'd give this on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of the soot. I'd give this maybe a 1.5. I mean, it's really not too bad. It just looks a lot dirtier because of the residue it leaves. But it was a great candle. I had plenty of backups, and I'd buy a lot more, especially if you can find it now because it's most likely going to be on clearance. So, do I recommend this? Yes. Will I repurchase this? Absolutely. Next, again, it doesn't have label or anything on it. I took it off, but this is strawberry shortcake from Waz Candle Studio. Again, leaves quite a bit of residue. This is a vendor candle company. They use palm wax, I believe, or some type of very weird looking wax. It's 2 wicks. As you can see, this one got really sooty at the end, and it changed colors quite a bit. So I did blow this one out. This one, I still have another 3-4 burns and like long 4-hour burns out of this. But since it got that bad and it was starting to soot really bad too, like all of this was not there before my last burn. None of it. And I'm being very serious. Not a single drop of soot. Now I will say I did burn this for 3.5 hours maybe, which is longer than the typical 2 hours, 2.5 hours I do it for. So maybe an extra hour longer than usual. But it's not like I was burning it for 8, 9, 10 hours. So there's no reason for it to leave that kind of soot in there. But I will say that this is the first time I've ever had a Waz Candle Studio do this to me. I have had iffy performance with other candles from them, but the strawberry shortcake scent, I would give a 10 out of 10 overall, except for this one. This one I'm just going to put in the candle crock. And if I still get that yucky, gross, synthetic oil smell like I was starting to get here, not quite kerosene, but if I do, I'm just going to go ahead and throw the rest of it out. This candle lasts so long, and I honestly think it has something to do with the 2 wicks and the type of wax they use, where it just takes forever to burn down. But I would definitely recommend this. This is a beautiful scent, a beautiful candle. This one just, I don't know, I'm definitely not going to burn it that long again. But I mean, overall, for past experiences with this, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. The strength and throw would be about 7 and 8. 7 to 8 out of 10 throughout the whole life of the candle. This is a very good candle. This one, I'm going to have to give the overall performance a 7 out of 10. Maybe a 6 because of all that soot. Like, that's a soot level of a 4 because that's caked on there. So, that's that. Next, we have, and as you can see, sweet cherry pie, and as you can see, full of wax. This one I just put in my candle crock. Real gross. That's why the wicks are all wonky. This one just didn't throw for me all that great in the candle crock. And even burning it, it wasn't quite the throw I wanted it to be. I'd have to burn this in the bedroom to get like an adequate throw, like maybe a 6.5 out of 10 for both strength and throw. But even in the candle crock, which is also in my bedroom, I thought, wow, this is going to be so much stronger. It was maybe about this little bit weaker, actually, maybe closer to a 6. So cherry pie, while it's a nice scent, I couldn't even chop it up, like get the wax out. That's why I just put it in the candle crock. So overall, would I recommend this candle? No, honestly, I can't. I think sweet cherry pie from Bath and Body Works is a lot better. I like the that has an actual bakery note, where this just has more of like that sweet vanilla sugary fragrance. So overall, no, I would not recommend this, and that's definitely not a repurchase. And lastly, I have a candle I was given for Christmas, and you can see there's still a little bit of wax there. It's from the Tyler Candle Company, which I believe is actually based out of Texas. I love everything about this candle. I love the cute small little jar. I love the lid, and the scent is entitled. They have a lot of like cool names like that. I think it's cool, and they leave the little warning label and everything. Now, what I don't think is cool about the candle is this. It burnt great from about here to right there, and then it just would not pull out. I burned this thing the whole time. Never once did I leave this thing out of a hurricane, and it still just would not pull out. So I am going to put this in a candle crock and hope I get a really strong throw. And this is a small candle. This is the palm of my hand. It's a small candle. I mean, comparative to, cherry pie, which is about the size of Bath and Body Works. So it's whatever. But let me tell you something about this. I would still repurchase this size candle, but the wick got really wonky and everything. But again, let me say this. This thing threw like crazy. I'm talking in a bedroom for a little single wick small candle. This was maybe a solid 7 out of 10 throughout the candle, even when it didn't fully pull out. Maybe closer to 6, 5.5 when it didn't fully pull out towards the very, very end, because it didn't get as deep of a wax pull at the very last burn, as you can see, comparatively from here to there. But I am going to put this on my candle crock. I do love this scent. I would definitely buy this again, maybe in this size, or I would get it in the 2-wick size to help maybe with the tunneling issues. But this is a great scent. I love this one. I'll definitely be buying more. Not necessarily real soon, but definitely in the future. I will just leave it there. So move those over. Now I'm going to go ahead and get into the soaps we use this month. There's only 2 here again, but we're almost done with 2 more, and I just didn't kind of like want to put them in here because they're not finished. I only show stuff that's completely finished, except in the case of putting something in a candle crock or whatever. And I've gotten through a lot more stuff this month. Again, this is just all the stuff I've completely finished. So in the kitchen this month, we have Wish You Were Here, which is Sunset Citrus in the Creamy Luxe hand soap. Beautiful wraparound, well, not fully wraparound label, but you get the point. The notes are bamboo leaves, dewy citrus, and ocean air. I really like this one. If I find this again when I go to the outlet mall, hopefully at the end of this month, I'd pick a few up if they're $2, and then I could use a 10 off of 30, which outlets you do typically find $2 hand soaps for 75% off. So if it's 75% off for $2, I'll definitely be picking more off of that. And then I finished one of my beloved hand soaps, one of their best fragrances, and my favorite formula that they've ever done. Spring Garden from Bath and Body Works, the hand soap with olive oil, 10 fluid ounces. These ones are big. So it does take just a tad longer to finish it, but oh my goodness, this scent just embodies spring. It's so fresh. Not It's so fresh, slightly minty. The notes have like a lot of mint going on. Experience, I love when they did the whole story thing, but that's just me. I know a lot of people didn't, but I loved it. Experience the refreshingly clean, irresistible scent of Spring Garden, a crisp blend of wild mint, fresh peppermint, and morning dew. You really get the spearmint, which is the wild mint, not quite peppermint, where it's like twisted peppermint clear your sinuses, and the morning dew. It's just so fresh and clean without being like laundry fresh and clean, which I love laundry, don't get me wrong, but I probably wouldn't buy a laundry hand soap, you know. So this is perfect to start spring out. I loved it. Both of those would be repurchases. And I'd pay the $3. I'd even pay $3.50 for the Spring Garden, especially since it's a 10-ounce hand soap. I feel like I can pay the extra 50 cents and not complain too much. Especially if it's in that formula. That formula has never dried my hands out. In fact, I feel like it actually helps my skin a little bit. I know a lot of people didn't like that formula or whatever. It works for me and my skin. I'm just going to leave that there. So now we're going to get into some of the shower gels that were finished. No lotions, body creams, or fine fragrance mists were finished this month as far as I can tell, from myself or from the rest of my family. So I'll go ahead and start with this like little one-off thing that's not Bath and Body Works. Made with Joy hand cream, little bird. It's 1 fluid ounce. Does it have scent notes or anything on here? No, but it has the ingredients, so I'll leave it here for a few seconds while I talk about it. This was in like a little Walmart mug thing I bought. It had a little cute little pug on it. This came in there, and I think 2 things of bath bombs came in there. Don't use the bath bombs. I'm too tall to fit in a bath. I'm 6'2", and maybe a little bit more, but it's 6'2". Who cares? I can't fit in most tubs. Even my mom, who has the master bathroom, she has this big tub that's like an island almost, and it's even that I cannot fit into because I'm too tall. So I don't take baths. I just don't find them very relaxing most of the time. And when I do, I make a day out of it. Like I will, turn on the hot water, I'll light a candle, and I'll just soak and soak because I'm not just gonna waste something. But I don't take them very often. But anyway, back to the hand cream. The scent was okay. It kind of reminds me of like maybe like a little bit of Rainforest Gardenia from Bath and Body Works. Without being as sharp and heavy, with maybe a hint of like a peony rose accent in the background. It wasn't too noticeable or too heavy. This is a great scent. Was it the most moisturizing thing ever? No, but this would actually be perfect for this time of year where I live. It gets very hot and humid around this time, so it feels great on my skin. Would buy again, would recommend. The only thing I should note is it does get a little greasy when you first use it, but it absorbs into your skin very quickly and it doesn't leave that sticky or greasy feeling. I'll just put that out there. My grandma finished this one this month, the Amber Blush Mini Shower Gel. I loved Amber Blush when this came out. Oh my goodness. Oh, and I still love it. It smells so good. If this is 75, and it has to be 75. If this is 75% off at the outlet when we go, I'm going to see about getting maybe her another set and then maybe getting me a set because I do love this scent. If I find a vendor that can dupe this in candles or wax melts, I will definitely consider ordering from them because I love this scent. So that's Amber Blush. My mother finished this one this month. This is one of her favorites. The whole house really likes this one. My brother, myself, my grandmother, and mother, we all pretty much love this scent. And my brother, he at least tolerates it. So that's that. It's the Rose Shower Gel. And it's got notes of airy rose water blended with jasmine petals and creamy musk. It's very nice. It's nice, fresh, floral without it being fruity or obnoxious in your face. And it's slightly sweet, and it's not just rose in there. There's a few other notes in there. And do I think it's rose water? I think so. I think it would definitely be considered rose water. But there's definitely some other sweet floral in there as well. That's not quite sharp like a gardenia or honeysuckle. Well, honeysuckle isn't as sharp, but as sharp as like a gardenia or jasmine type scent, which are very similar. And sorry, I don't know if I read the notes on amber blush, and I think the reason why is because they don't have them on there. Sorry, and I don't remember them. So, what I finished this month was actually the shower gel in aromatherapy Love Rose Vanilla. I've been using this since February. It takes me a while to get through my body care products. Um, the notes on it are just rose oil and vanilla absolute. It's a really great scent. I prefer it in candle form. The body care, for whatever reason, just smells like it has like especially the shower gel, smells kind of like citrusy, like it has an orange note in there. I don't know what it is. And the shower gel doesn't linger on your skin as most shower gels don't. And the lotion just didn't smell good. I actually ended up taking the lotion back for merchandise credit because other people said that they liked it on me, but I didn't like it. It just didn't sit well on my skin, I don't feel. So, anyway, that's that. Now we're going to get into wax melts. And I'll go ahead and start, I feel like, with clamshells. So let me just go ahead and get them ready. Sorry if y'all don't like the sound of that crumpling sound. I love it. I love it when people do stuff like that in their videos. I know some people don't. I adore it. It's one of my favorite sounds. Okay. I actually went through quite a bit of clamshells this month. I'm proud of myself because I think what was it, last month? I got through hardly any clamshells, if any, I feel. And it's like, I feel like I do really good this month in terms of candles and wax melts. Body care and hand soap, not so much, but that stuff I'm actually running quite low on. So, anyway, starting off, we'll go ahead and start off with Yankee Candle Poached Pear Flambe. I actually got these for $1 a piece. Yep, 75% off. Beautiful scent. Would I repurchase this again? Absolutely. This throws like a beast in my home. Even in bulb warmers. So would I recommend this? Yes, especially if you can find it on sale, or if you find the candle on sale, I'd pick that up. Every time I see the candle in the store, I go and check the price, and it's still saying $19.97. It's never gone down to $5 or $4.50, or any of these crazy like $2.50 prices people are finding. So that's that poached pear flambe. Okay, now I'll go ahead and do all the like real clamshells because I have a few from what's it called? Colonial Candle that aren't well, they're clamshells, but they don't have the same shape or whatever. Anyway, next we have Soul Suckers from Super Tarts, which is Death and Decay Lush type and strawberry slices. I actually blended this. I melted this while I was burning my Waz Candle. You can't see it anymore, but the Waz Candle Studio Strawberry Shortcake. They had very similar vibes, where this one didn't feel as bakery, but it did feel a little bit vanilla gourmand sweet. There was an off note in this that did kind of make me sick a little bit, so I wouldn't repurchase this. But I don't know if it was the Death and Decay or if the strawberry just turned gross after a while. I will say that the strawberry on cold smelled great. So I do want to try Death and Decay by Lush by itself, like in vendor wax, and then come back to maybe getting another one of Brandy's strawberry blends. This is actually sent to me by Jasmine because I do not go through the time to get stickers and do all of that. But she does, and it's very cool. Does she date it? No. I think some of the clams, or not clams, I think some of the stuff she sent did have dates on it, which is awesome. So, thank you. So there's that. And then, speaking of Jasmine, she has a channel here on YouTube, Just Jazzy. So, if you don't follow her, check her out. This one, which is actually the whole reason we started talking and became friends, is Honey Lavender Gelato type from Wax Workshop. She was looking for a vendor that had a very authentic dupe for Honey Lavender Gelato, and I told her about Wax Workshop. And after that, we just started talking and just became friends. So, sorry, I'm having to swipe up some notifications. I will say, Wax Workshop is a vendor that, for me, needs a lot of cure time. I recommend 4 to 5 months. Now, I'm not telling you to put your wax up and don't melt it. I'm just telling you that's what I do because that's my experience with this vendor. I've ordered many times before, and that's about when I start getting the strength and throw that I like from a vendor. Some people melt her stuff right away. Some people wait just 1 month cure time. what I recommend to do is what Sasha does. Melt a piece and see if you like it. If you like it, order more, you know? Don't just put it away in hopes that it'll come back, you know? But I will say that Wax Workshop is a vendor that will do customs if you ask nicely. Don't be going up in the group trying to say, can I have a custom of this, 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 and start going off on a long, long list, especially if you've never ordered before. Um, Definitely just private message her, ask her nicely. You know, don't demand customs because I don't know if she does them constantly. But I know that she did customs for me because I've ordered 2 times before I did customs, I believe. So anyway, I'm gonna go off on a rant on that. But please don't be that person who sees a YouTube video, goes in the group. I mean, it's just not right. But back to the scent. The scent is very authentic to Yankee Candle's Honey Lavender Gelato. This was maybe a 5.5, maybe out of 10. In a few different warmers I tried. In my bathroom, it was actually a 6.5 out of 10. Great in there. In my bedroom, I used a little bit more wax in my bedroom, and it threw about a 7. But I have 2 warmers in my bedroom, so I did 2 cubes in one warmer and 1 cube in another, and it did great. It actually did closer to 7.5, 8. Actually, I should be a little bit more fair. And in my living room, I melted I melted 2 cubes in there, melted 1 cube in my bathroom, and I melted the last 3 in my bedroom. So in the living room, open concept living room, mind you, it threw a maybe about a 4.5, but that's just because it's a bulb warmer in a very, very, very big space. 4.5 out of 10. Would I recommend this? Yes. Do I recommend this vendor? Yes. But keep in mind, I personally find that she needs a lot of cure time. So if you don't like curing your wax, if you can't be patient with that, and that's no digs at anybody. I'm just saying, I can be very patient with my wax. I can be very patient with vendors and ordering from them. But just keep in mind, not every vendor you can just melt right away. And she's just a vendor that I feel like needs extra cure time. But if you try them, don't just put it away for 6 months based on my recommendation. Try it and figure out for yourself, you know. So next one I have is Around the Campfire, which I actually do prefer over Bath & Bodies Marshmallow Fireside. This one, it's not as gooey, sweet marshmallow. This did have a marshmallow, a vanilla, and more of a smoky Fireside. Not quite Mr. Myers because this one does have a marshmallow note to it compared to just Vanilla Bean Noel. I do like Mr. Myers, don't get me wrong, but again, I still prefer this one because it is just a little creamier. So that's that. I finished this one. That's just I didn't like this one at all. Georgia Peach Tea. I thought this would change while melted. This to me smelled very fake. It smelled like some type of, and even on just smelling the clam, which still has plenty of fragrance left, it smells okay. But when you go and melt it, it just smells like a peach flavored cleaner. So would not repurchase. If they ever came back out with it, I would probably try it again because I'm stupid. But I would not buy that specific one again. Next we have Warm Velvet Pomegranate. I got this again for Christmas. It was a beautiful scent. Fruit great. Maybe I melted this exclusively in the bedroom. Canada Kim, if you come down to the States, which I know you're doing, you're coming to Texas, try looking for this one because I feel like, I don't know if you particularly like pomegranate. I don't know if it's you or Ramona that doesn't like pomegranate. It's not quite fig, but I do get a fig note in the background of this that helps that pomegranate. It's definitely a very body care-esque feel to it. I don't know if you'd love it, go crazy for it, but I do feel like you might kind of tolerate this one. I don't know if you're the one who hates pomegranate or if it's Ramona or both of you. I'm forgetting right now, I'm blanking. But if you do have a chance to smell it, I do recommend smelling it. It smells almost kind of like a gum too, like a pomegranate. It smells almost like a real fancy, sweet pomegranate fig body care who's also chewing gum that's lost a lot of its scent, you know? If that makes any type of sense. It's a very weird, unique scent. I get a lot of different notes from this, and I do feel like they come together for me. Would I buy this again? Yes, absolutely. Gorgeous picture. I hope it comes back out this year for fall, winter. Next we have Colonial Candle, all for the same scent. Snow Day, Snow Day, Snow Day, and Snow Day. Now what I do with these is I put 2 of each into an empty Bath and Body Works candle jar. I melt it in my candle crock because I don't like having to soak wax up out of my warmers. That's just not how I like doing things. I just prefer the freezer method, and those don't come out in the freezer. Just a warning, heads up. But I did get those for like 35 cents a piece, and I do really love the scent. I really made a dent in my stash of this scent because at one point I had almost a full drawer of just that scent. Because I ordered like, what was it, 16 or 24 different things, little clamshells of it. And get 35 cents a piece, and I already knew I loved the scent. I don't feel like it was money wasted. I'm just trying to get through some more of it. I do think I'm gonna be done with it for now and kind of savor the last little bit I have, like maybe 10 clamshells I have left, maybe that. I'm gonna try and save for more fall winter time. I'm not a seasonal burner or melter, but I do want to savor it, so I do want to save it, if that makes sense. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to go through some of these. Okay, next we have scent shots, and this one's from Candles by Zoo. Jamaica Me Crazy. I put this one, the full scent shot. So it was closer to being like 1.5 ounce, 1 ounce. I just put that in my bulb warmer out in the living room. It actually threw decently. It threw about a 3.5 out of 10. And the reason I say decently is because not a whole lot of stuff froze out here, but I could still smell it while passing it. Would I buy it again? No, but not just because of the vendor. It's because of the scent itself. I'm not the biggest fan of. Okay, let me just get the rest of them out to make it easier for me. After I do scent shots, I have bags, and then I'm done, you guys. So let's go on to, okay, Midnight Daydream Wax Co. Gatsby, which my favorite scent from this vendor, Barbershop and Lord of Misrule Type from Lush. I melted this alone first. And in my bedroom, this threw a solid 6.5 out of 10 for the whole scent shot. And I burned my candle with this, and it was throwing a solid 9 out of 10 between both of them being there, and especially them being the same scent. It was beautiful. I love that scent, and it was like I was getting a full experience of the scent itself. I would definitely repurchase that in wax melts and in candle form, and that's what I have to say on that. So next, I finished quite a bit of Satin Susie. I have 3 scent shots from her that I ordered from this new customer thingy. First, we have Blonde Moment, which I found out not the biggest fan of Blonde Moment in wax. I don't get the hype. Personally, I don't. Sorry. Sorry, I haven't had anything to drink or eat yet either, so that's definitely not helping how tired I am. But Blonde Moment, to me, just isn't doing it. It smells okay. I feel like this might blend good with other things, but this is also very light, too. To me, this kind of smells like if you took champagne, the scent oil and wax, and mixed it with, like, grape rock candy. I feel like is what I get from this. I don't really get raspberry. Except maybe in the background. I get more of, like, a grape feel to this. I don't know. Overall, it didn't really throw good either in my bedroom. I did 1 piece in my bedroom. It didn't throw like at all. I could not smell it. Got rid of it, and then a few days later, I tried 2 pieces. And these have been curing since September 6th. So, or no, they were poured September 6th. So they've been cured since October 6th, give or take, you know. So these should have thrown fine for me. It's just that one in particular just didn't. Now on to one that did throw pretty well for me. Gigi's Ginger Ale from Satin Susie. Fizzy Refreshing Ginger Ale. Now, I ordered this based off of the recommendation of, you guessed it, Sasha. Over at Sasha Isms. Now, let me say this. I liked it. I didn't love it. It's an okay scent. It smells, again, it's giving me this like bubblegum feel to it. And even her fizzy pop is giving me that bubblegum feel. I don't know what it is because I don't get that from other vendors. And I don't like her fizzy pop at all because it doesn't smell like actual fizzy pop. But that's just me. This Gigi's Ginger Ale just didn't do it for me particularly, so I would not repurchase this. But it did throw like in my bedroom and in my bathroom both. A solid 7.5 out of 10 for a third of the scent shot. Then we have Dodo from Satin Susie. Again, this is just chocolate chip sugar cookie dough, I think, or chocolate chip cookie dough. Didn't really smell all that great. It kind of smelled like a slightly less buttery. Sorry, the lid fell, so I'm having to pick it up. A slightly less buttery, sweet Mary Cookie. And I did like it, don't get me wrong. But Mary Cookie's out year round. Or not year round, good night. It comes back just about every year. This, it smelled good. And if it had thrown for me, I would definitely repurchase. The scent is good. It's just the throw. Maybe a 5, 4.5, 5 out of 10 in my bedroom for 2 pieces. So that just wasn't really all that great. Now for the star of the show in terms of scent shots. Oh, this is by one of my absolute favorite vendors. We don't hear too much from her now, but Dragon the Wolf Crafts Sugar High, which is blue raspberry Jolly Ranchers, which amazing. That's my favorite Jolly Rancher to eat, and Fizzy Pop. For a third of the scent shot, I melted this in my bathroom. This about blew me out, the bathroom. And again, I'm not someone who just melts laundry, fresh, clean scents in my bathroom. If I want to smell sugar cookie dough in my bathroom and a laundry scent out in the living room, if that's just my mood, that's what I'm going to melt, you know? And for people who are very specific like that, that's fine. It's just I'm very mood melter. I'm a mood melter. So whatever I'm in the mood for, that's what I melt, and that's where I melt it. But that's just me. So getting back on track, Sugar High, very great scent, even in my bedroom for just 1 piece. This is a 7 out of 10 in my bedroom, closer to a 9 out of 10 for both strength and throw, mind you. Sometimes they're different. Sorry again, my throat. I don't know. After the videos, I'm going to drink some water before filming the other 2. But this one, I would definitely rebuy again. Great scent, great throw. So that was that. Now we have bags to finish. And there's not a whole lot, but I definitely feel like there's a little bit more than last time. So I finished the last little rose piece of Rosemary Mint Aveda type from Wax Workshop. This didn't throw for me at all. I can't even give this a rating out of 10 other than 0 because it just didn't throw for me at all since the moment I got it from, move it back just a little bit, from the moment I melted it last. It just did not perform for me. But that's just me. That's just how it did in my house and in my warmers. Next we have Black Sea Barber from Hayden Rowe. This is from the old sampler. I'm sorry. Man, it's getting a little dry, but it smelled great, and I'm definitely gonna try to recreate it from another vendor. But I just haven't had luck with Hayden Rowe sampler, and I heard some people say that they had bad luck with their sampler, but they ordered it again and they loved the wax because the wax itself was stronger than the wax of the sampler, which doesn't make sense to me. But I can kind of see how that might be if I really think about it, but. It's whatever. She's definitely not on my rebuy list, at least not for a while. There's a lot of newer vendors and a lot of underrated vendors I'd rather order from. So anyway, that's that. Next we have a few more Wax Workshop, and there might be another 1 or 2 laying there. Don't think so. So I'll just go ahead and do these 2 first. Get them out the way. This is Candy Palooza, which is Sour Patch Kids type and cotton candy. I loved this scent. The scent itself was great, but this only threw in my bedroom maybe 3.5 out of 10. So for that reason, I wouldn't repurchase. And this one we have Double Soda Shop Delight. This is about a 3.5 out of 10 too. And these are both cured a long time. These are just lighter scents in general, I feel like. Except for maybe the Rosemary Mint Aveda type. So those would not be repurchases. Next we have Simo Wax Melts Cruise Ship. I don't know what it is about me and Simo Wax. I just have not had the best luck with her wax. A lot of people love them. Sasha, I feel like, is a vendor that loves, or not a vendor, a YouTuber that loves her wax. Christy from Scent Junkie 03, I feel like adores her wax. Now let me say, the Scent Cruise Ship was bomb, and I actually did get a good strength and throw from this, like a solid 6.5, 7 out of 10 in my bedroom for the little washboards. And this itself, I'd probably rebuy from this vendor in a loaf and just have that be in order. But I just have not had great luck with this vendor. I don't know what it is. I've tried her in different warmers, different places in my house, and it just hasn't worked out. So maybe she's a vendor that too needs maybe a little bit more cure time, like Wax Workshop. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna ramble on forever if I don't hurry up. I only have a few more things. Next, we have Rose Jam Vanilla and Tea and Cakes, which is Rose Jam, Vanilla Bean Noel, and Tea and Cakes. Jasmine sent this to me, and I think if I remember correctly, it's because she hates rose scents. This was amazing. This, in my opinion, is what Pink Petal Tea Cake wishes it could have been. Sad to say, again, Vintage Road candles, I just don't tend to have the best luck with. I've tried lower wattage warmers and I've tried higher wattage warmers, and I have better luck in my lower wattage warmers. I think because of how soft and almost scoopable the wax is. I love the blend of it, but Tea and Cakes, again, is just a lighter fragrance oil in my experience. I haven't had the best luck with Tea and Cakes, but I love Tea and Cakes. Rose Jam, I feel like, is right in the middle, and Vanilla Bean Noel tends to be lighter. So, of course, this probably isn't going to be the strongest scent ever, but in my bathroom, I'd give this maybe a 4.5 out of 10 in terms of strength and throw, and in my bedroom, I'd have to give it a 0 because it just didn't throw. So that was from Vintage Road Candles. I do love a lot of her scents. She's really good at making scents up and creating these beautiful blends. They just don't tend to work out for me in my home and in my warmers. Next, we have Abbey Lane Cherry Satsuma. Let me tell you something about this Cherry Satsuma. I got a little mini loaf in a D-stash I bought. I cut that thing into 6 pieces. 6 decently sized chunks. I melted this in my living room warmers, and it still just about blew me out the house. It was an 8.5 out of 10 in a bulb warmer in an open concept living room kitchen area. Now, I tried this again in my bedroom, and I got about the same, using 2 pieces in my warmers. I feel like it's just because they're the mainstays warmers in my bedroom, so they get a lot hotter, they burn off the fragrance a lot quicker, you know. This is great, fantastic, lasted a long while, so I would definitely consider buying this again. I don't know too much about this company or their ordering style, you know, if they only open. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I thought I saw something, and I'm being dramatic. I thought I saw a bee fly out of the laundry room, and I just about had a heart attack. See, this stuff would only happen to me while I'm filming. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry if that ended up scaring anybody. That about gave me a heart attack. Sorry. Anyway, back to that scent. It was nothing. I'm probably just too tired. I should not be up filming, but anyway, I have 2 more samples that I got to show you, and I have 1 more thing to show you. So I guess I'll do this one. This one, the scent was amazing. I just do not like this vendor because I don't know if they're even still open, but I have not had good luck with any of the wax I've tried. It's Crunchsicle ice cream, which is, I told the vendor to just create whatever scent you want, and I'll buy it. I wanted to be surprised, basically. And it's Captain Crunch Berries, which I would never do now. This is like when I was first getting into vendor wax. Captain Crunch Berries, not a big fan of cereal blends. Creamsicle and American Cream type from Lush. Let me tell you, this all blended together was amazing. The strength and throw was not amazing. For a while, I think I got this to throw maybe a 6 out of 10 in my bedroom. Maybe a 5 out of 10, but the last time I tried melting it, it was maybe a 4 at most. And I tried it in a few different warmers, and it just never worked out. And again, this is another one that's so soft you have to cotton ball it out. So I would definitely try replicating that myself again, or trying a vendor that has a scent very similar to that, but I would not buy that one again. Next we have, this one was actually a very surprising sample from Midnight Daydream Wax Co. Strawberry Nog Champa. I hope I'm saying that right. The Nog Champa is, or Nog Champa, whatever, is an incensey type of smell. It's very heavy on that like patchouli incense, and I love patchouli scents. I don't know what it is with some people. They just don't like patchouli. I know my mom, she hates patchouli scents, but she has a good reason not to. But I love patchouli scents. I think it's very inviting, especially when blended with a vanilla Or in this case, blended with strawberry. Like, who would think to put strawberry in an incense together? But it worked. So I would definitely repurchase that again. I'm already at 40 minutes. So I just have one more thing to show. And it's this Sandalwood Noel. Both of these three were actually quite good. Sandalwood Noel was actually closer to a 5.5 out of 10 in my bedroom. But I will say this scent was beautiful. I just wish that while melted, the Vanilla Bean Noel would have stuck around just a little bit longer. Um, the sandalwood on cold isn't as. I think the Vanilla Bean Noel is a lot stronger on cold than it is while melting. That sandalwood just came out not necessarily too much, but it wasn't what I was expecting, and I didn't appreciate it as much because I thought it was gonna be. I love vanilla sandalwood. Don't get me wrong, but this sandalwood Noel, which is sandalwood and vanilla bean Noel, smells so much better to me because it has that creamy, sugary, sweet vanilla bean Noel marshmallow cakey scent. Um, so I do prefer sandalwood Noel over vanilla sandalwood, but I do like both. It's just I was kind of disappointed that the sandalwood came out just a little too much, and that's it. That's all I finished for the month of March. Me and some family, including not including wax. That's all me. And candles. That's again all me. But hand soaps and body care, the ones I showed were done by family members. So that's that. I guess I'll go ahead and this is it for the empty. So if you're not interested in hearing chit chat, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you were able to finish this month. And let me know, do any of these sound interesting to you? Like, what's your favorite type of scent? What's your favorite scent that you burned or melted this month? I'm really curious to see what y'all got through. Um, and let's see, is there anything else? No, so for anyone else who's just watching for wax and empties and all that, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye. Now, this is going to be where I go ahead and try and tell you a little bit more about what I'm going to be doing. So after this, I'm going to throw some of this stuff away except for the jars that I'm going to put in the candle crock. And then I'm going to drink some water and I'm going to come back and film the Bath & Body Works haul, which I already have. And then I'll go into more about that because I did not pay $14.50 for those candles. I'll talk more about that in that video. And then I made a vendor wax order, which took a while, and I'll get into that. And it's no fault of the vendor. Just stuff came up, and it came just like a week late, maybe. Half a week late, which is not a big deal. It's really not. So, and I actually enjoyed a lot of the scents I got. So, that's that. I have a pink mermaid wax melt haul I ordered on Saturday. So, I heard she gets her stuff out really fast. I did order 2 custom things in scent shots in packs of 3s. And I'll go into that when that whole order comes in. I just want to mention that my Sparkles wax melt order fell through. I'm not going to be ordering from Sparkles, at least not now. Because I was going to do all customs, and this is no tea, no shade at the vendor. The vendor was actually very kind and sweet throughout our interactions. It's just we had a disagreement on me picking the percentages of the wax melts, and I know some people feel very strongly that you should just trust the vendor and that's that. But for me, I don't do that. That's just not what I can do. Because if I don't like a scent because of that, it's whatever. And if I don't like a scent that I created myself, percentages wise, and I know a lot of people will be that person to go in the group and complain about it. That's not me. If I created it and chose percentages, then that's on me. And I accept that responsibility because that, again, that's on me. I told them how I wanted it. But if I don't like it because a vendor blended it, after I've asked them not to, then I would have to say something. And I just felt like it would have just turned into something I didn't want it to be from that vendor. But again, I will say that she was very prompt in refunding me my money. She was very kind throughout the whole process. So, I mean, would I order from her in the future if she does like full customs again, where you can choose like if you want colorant, if you want mica powder, and I think she said I could get it mica free, which is pretty important to me in most vendor wax, especially if it has very strong dyes, and that's a whole other subject I'm not even gonna touch. But it was just a disagreement on percentages, and there was a little bit of like a weird thing where I couldn't get a guarantee that my names would be on blends, which is kind of important to me if I create something. Um, but I was even willing to look past that. But there's no tea, no shade to the vendor. I'm not trying to start nothing with no vendor. or having people go up into their group and start trying to say stuff or whatever. That's not true, especially if you've never tried her wax. I've never tried her wax, so I'm not commenting on the wax and their performance. And I would actually say that their customer service, again, I will say this again, was great. It was just, it just didn't work out for me. So I ordered from Pink Mermaid, and in the middle of April, when K's opens again, I'm going to place an order with K scented melts, and then I'm going to place an order with Rockets. We don't know when her restock date is going to be from Rockets Candle Co. We don't know when the actual date is going to be, but I private messaged her, and she said it was probably going to be sometime in the middle of the month. So I would assume, this is just me assuming, taking an educated guess, by the middle of the month, I would say it's going to be sometime between the 15th and the 18th. That's just me. She did not say that word for word. So again, don't be going up in the group trying to say, well, I heard you were opening the 15th. I just got paid and I want to buy some wax. Don't be doing that. That's not cool. That's not what I said. I'm just saying, based on my educated guess and by talking to this vendor, I can assume, and that's a big word, assume it's going to be between April 15th and April 18th, which is when I'm going to order from her again. And she was so, let me just shout her out real quick. Both the vendors that own, I don't know who owns Pink Mermaid, I don't remember her name. Ugh, I wish I did. But Pink Mermaid and Raquel, who owns Rockets Camco, I hope I said it right. I heard Sasha pronounce it Raquel and Raquel. I think she started saying Raquel, so I think Raquel corrected her and said it was Raquel, so I'm just going to say Raquel. How many times can I say Raquel in a minute? But let me just say, these vendors were both, again, very sweet, very kind vendors. They answered any questions I had about them, so that's that. I mean, let me just shout them out. Their customer service is great too. I mean, so Sparkles. I mean, these vendors were great. It's just, pardon me. Raquel said, I messaged her saying, hey, I don't know, because I entered in some scents because she takes scent suggestions for the restock. And I was like, hey, I was just kind of wanting to know, like, what I should kind of, like, expect. I've never ordered from you before, but I've heard a lot of great things, especially from Sasha. Sorry. My throat is just dry. So sorry, I'm going to sound a little different. I'm going to try and do one big one, and then I'm just going to try and finish it. So sorry again. My sincere apologies. My apologies. That was so gross, and I thought it was gross. But anyway, she was so sweet. She's saying, yes, I can definitely pour those in scent shots. And by the looks of it, I can pour just about everything that you're wanting to get. So I'm not sure if that means everything or just about everything. I'm just going to assume it's most of it. So that's great. It's awesome. You never expect that from a vendor. Don't be expecting her to pour everything from you. Don't message her and expect her to do that. It was just, a lot of people would also ask for very similar blends, if not the same blends. So it just kind of worked out. So her customer service was so sweet. She was a very genuine person, I feel like. They were both very, very sweet, kind, understanding. So that's that. I mean, after that, at the end of April, I'm going to be going to Bath & Body Works. Hopefully the outlet mall near me, which is an actual outlet Bath & Body Works, that has good sales. I cannot stand the managers that work there. The workers are fine. It's just the managers get under my skin, both of them. So hopefully they're not working that day, or they're in the back being sulky and nasty, whatever. That's whatever. But I definitely do hope that I can get a chance to get some fall candles and stuff, maybe 75% off, because I have gotten 75% off candles before. Not only from there, but from other stores. Yuletide is a candle that I would definitely buy them out if they had them. And if any of their sweet shop stuff is 50% off or cheaper, or $12.95 or cheaper even, I'll definitely buy some more, because I definitely need some more of the ones I bought. So anyway, that's that. Just a 8-minute update on different things I'm going to be ordering. So yeah, that's it for this video. This is my monthly empty, so I am going to drink some water, get hydrated, and I'm going to come back with, I'm going to do my vendor wax haul, which is from For the Love of All Things Wax / Fat Wax. She goes by 2 different names, I think. But on the melts themselves, it's Love Fat Wax, I think, and then the website is For the Love of All Things Wax. I think it's very confusing, so I'm just going to say this vendor throughout that whole video, just a heads up. But that's that. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the video off here. If you listen to my rambling, let me know if you stayed for all the rambles to know what's going on. But um, if you did, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for just listening to me ramble. I just kind of wanted to get it out there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Bye.